Oh, so today we're going to take a deep dive into Where the Wild Things Are by Maurice Sendak.
Ooh,
And
fun.
I think it's going to be really interesting because I bet everyone listening has read this book
At least once. Yeah.
or had it read to them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's one of those books that sticks with you.
It does.
So we're going to use just the book and the illustrations
Okay.
to go on this deep dive with us.
Perfect.
So the book starts off
Yeah.
with Max,
Yeah.
who is dressed like a wolf
Yes.
and making mischief.
Uh-huh.
And his mom ends up calling him a wild thing.
Right, right.
And then boom, his room turns into a forest.
It's incredible how quickly it happens.
Right.
Like 1 minute he's in his bedroom and the next he's surrounded by this.
Like, how does that...
Yeah, it's like his emotions are reshaping his reality.
That is such a good point.
You know, it's that wildness taking over.
Yeah. And it makes me think about when we were kids.
Yeah.
How you could just transform your own space.
Oh, totally. Like blankets become forts and cardboard boxes become spaceships.
Yeah, exactly.
Just by using our imaginations. And
No.
Sendak really captures that feeling.
It's so true.
So then Max's journey continues as he sails to an island.
Okay.
And it's inhabited by these wild things.
Oh, yeah.
And they're pretty imposing when you first see them.
They are huge.
Yeah, but there's also something kind of vulnerable about them.
I see that.
Don't you think?
Yes.
And then there's that moment when Max tames them.
Yeah, by staring into their yellow eyes.
Without blinking once.
Yeah, what do you think about that detail?
It's so powerful.
It is.
To me, it shows how strong Max is inside.
Yeah.
He doesn't flinch even though these creatures are roaring and gnashing their teeth.
He doesn't back down at all.
He just stares them down.
Right.
Maybe he even sees himself in their wildness.
That's a really good point.
Like a reflection.
Could it also be that he recognizes their need for connection?
Oh, absolutely. I think that's part of it, too.
Yeah.
Because they accept him immediately as their king.
They do.
Which leads to the next part of the story.
Okay.
The whole idea of power.
Okay.
So Max was denied his supper.
Right.
And then what does he do?
He denies the wild things theirs.
Exactly.
Wow, I never thought about that.
It's like he's trying to control them the
Yeah.
way he felt controlled at home.
Right.
But then even as king, surrounded by these creatures who adore him,
Yeah,
he gets lonely.
he does.
So it makes you wonder,
Yeah.
can power really satisfy our need for connection?
Hmm.
Because the wild things beg him not to leave.
They do.
They even say they'll eat him up because they love him so much.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's a really intense way of showing love.
It is.
But Max wants something more.
Right, and then his trip home is so much faster than the trip to the island.
Yeah, he's like suddenly aware of how much he misses home.
Yeah.
It's like he can't get there fast enough.
Right.
And then that ending,
Yeah.
he finds his supper waiting for him.
And it was still hot.
Yes! Such a small detail.
But it's everything.
It is. It shows how much he's loved.
Unconditionally.
Yes, exactly.
No matter what he does.
Right.
There's a place for him.
Always.
So what do you think Sendak is trying to say about, like, our wild impulses versus our need to be loved and feel connected?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, how do we deal with those wild things inside us?
Yeah.
You know, those feelings that make us feel powerful and alone at the same time.
All right.
I think Where the Wild Things Are reminds us that those wild impulses are part of who we are.
Yeah.
But we have to find a balance between wanting to be independent and wanting to be loved.
That's a good way to put it.
I think so.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into Where the Wild Things Are.
My pleasure.
I hope everyone listening got something out of it
Me too.
and that it gave you something to think about.
Absolutely.
Until next time.
Bye.